Hi folks, I've been struggling with this. I've just wiped off the original recording, which I did yesterday. I took this photograph somewhat a couple of weeks ago on the River Wandle. But there's the picture. I might not come out, it might be too bright, but I'm struggling with it, shall I say. So I'll put it to one side, and I want to try and make this a bit lighter, but bring those trees, because it's all closed in. It's just it was just this bit here that was very, very bright. But on the camera, when I took the photograph of it, it didn't look very good. So acrylic, it's on a bit of watercolour paper, which was just primed with a bit of PVA glue. No, it wasn't. It was primed with a gesso, a titanium white gesso. So this has got to. You're working against lights and dark all the time with painting. So I use quite a bit of Foliage. So let's put it out a bit more because you can get those lovely, cool greens, blue greens. So let's bash away and see what we can make of this. This is sort of a nice blue green. So let's just mix a bit of that, a bit of white. Let's get the viridian in. That was sort of, well, a bit more yellow. Let's put a bit of yellow in with that. A bit more blue. And I think there's probably something like that. So let's just close that in a bit. So there's lots of lighter blue greens in this. That's too light. So let's go back and put that. Right, let's try that. That's not bad. I want some of the, putting the darks on here, you need to leave some openings for your lights coming through all the foliage. We can. So let's have a lighter bluey green on here. And a little bit of dark in there, just showing through. Now, the water does go up here, which I missed yesterday, so I'll put a bit of greeny stuff in there. That's a little bit better. Just see if I can get a little bit of light in there. Very delicate. It's just going. The river's just going up there. So I can't remember which bit of the River Wandle, but let's get some of that back in there. Right, we'll get that just a little bit lighter along on this here. Might have to enhance that a little bit. Okay, that looks a bit better. But it's this is the area that I want, and I want to just get the light, all this light, lovely light yellow here is catching the sun. But I'm also the problem with working from photographs that you part of the overexposure of the darks are accentuated. but also putting the lights back against the light is a bit of a lost cause. I'll just give the camera back. Right, okay. That's it, gotcha. No, I haven't. Right, got you back. See what I mean? Look. Oh, you can't. No, you can't really see that. So we won't bother. I'll just. It's just a case of getting the lights. It's a real. I think I'm going to put some lights blue back in the sky that's poking through there. Let's soften that a bit. Oh, all very delicate. Just picking up a bit of light there. I don't want to overdo this. It's just a mass of trees and the cascade of summer leaves all over this. I think I'm going to just try to put in some lights in there. Now that's a bit dry. Keep your brushes clean. Get my cloth, dry the brush. Right, okay, now we'll do this light blue here. That would be quite accurate because it would have been light blue, so let's just... Don't want to do too much. There's little bits of light here and there. It should be more subtle than I've made it, but I didn't want to waste the painting. It's a good exercise for me. Let's just go a little bit in here, a bit of a focal point. I'm just making that up a little bit there. The last thing I want to do is to put in any branches. I can't see anything in the photograph, but that well, having said what I've said about painting from photographs, the idea of painting from photographs is to do your own thing with them and create something original from them. But your brain doesn't seem to want, well, my brain doesn't seem to want to always let me do that, to go from like a feel for impressionism or abstract impressionism and literalism, being literal. Somebody's trying to get away from literalism. See how useful that viridian is. Use that as to indicate a sort of shadow. So I can't remember, but the sun was probably coming that way. This huge, massive foliage here was casting this in shadow. But the camera, you see, the camera does light. It wasn't that dark, but on the camera it is. See, so because you're copying the photograph, you make the same mistake as the camera. Well, that's the best way I can explain it. If I enhance those reflections, they just about shows. I should lighten it a bit more. My brush is going another way. It's very gentle. Just if I just put a bit there, I can put the reflection in. So that sort of suggests water, doesn't it? Because of the reflections. But maybe I can just sort of I don't know. What do you think? I'll publish it, and you can give me some hints on this. I'll put a mount on it. You can see what it's like. I think later on, we've both got a doctor's appointment at about 10 o'clock, so a bit of shopping, and so I'll come back and do some watercolour. So I'm making that smaller there. So if I go over there with it, keep my water in. So the trouble is, when I photograph this, I'll move that there. When I photograph it, the yellow, this is a sort of yellowy green, very light, comes out as almost white. So that sort of underexposes or overexposes, I don't know what. So I'm not a photographer. I just take snaps to as a reference things I want to abstract. But I don't think I've sort of ended up in the middle of abstraction and a poor copy of what I try to get away from. Anyway, thoughts of Dave. I'll publish it on YouTube and we'll see. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.